What is going on, my Extreme Team? Johnnyboy back for a brand new series here on the channel. We are going to be having a top 5 series on the channel. This is something that I've been waiting to do for such a long time. Just make sure my mouse isn't on the screen. This is something that I've been waiting to do for such a long time. I actually had some graphics made last year by one of my friends on Instagram for a top 5, and I never got around to doing it. I really wanted to do it now. The only reason why I haven't done a top 5 before is because the videos take so long to make. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This video is gonna be longer than, shorter than a normal episode of our Pokemon game series. But it's actually taken about, 3 times as long to make. So I've kind of had to get the motivation to do it today, and I'm finally doing it. It should be a weekly series. That's as long as you guys enjoy it. So if you guys are hyped for this series, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button down below. Let me know if you guys want to see some more some more top 5s on this channel. For the first top 5 on this channel, we are going to be top 5 fire-type Pokemon. There's no reason for this, it's just the first one that came to my mind. Now, before I go into this, this is not a top 5 based on fact, this is just on my opinion. Which is why I'd love you guys to go ahead and let me know what your favorite top 5 fire-type Pokemon are in the comments section below. I'd love to see what you guys think. I know that I've had sort of like top 5s for question of the days in sort of episodes in our Pokemon series, but I've never really delved into too much about my favorite top 5, and I think this is the best way of doing it, to be fair. So I'm gonna go ahead, and hopefully my graphics are good, because I'm actually recording this without any graphics right now. I haven't actually even made the graphics at this point, but hopefully the ones I've made are decent, and we're gonna go ahead and get into this with our top 5 fire-type Pokemon. So at number 5, we have a Pokemon that I really didn't sort of have on my list before I started recording this, but I actually went through my Pokedex and I decided that Houndoom deserves to be on my top 5. Now the reason for this is its design. I went through the Pokedex and I just stopped at Houndoom. I just think, wow. I feel like he's sort of like an underrated Pokemon. I mean, he's quite a rare Pokemon, to be fair. When you're playing through Pokemon games, you don't get to encounter Houndoom too much. You don't sort of find Houndour in the grass in every single Pokemon game very easily. But I absolutely love Houndoom's design. He's like a classic Hellhound. You know, you have no doubt that this thing is also a dark type dog Hellhound that breathes fire. He's an absolutely amazing design, and that is one of the main reasons that I love Houndoom, is pretty much for his design. And it's one of the main reasons I love most Pokemon, is for their designs as well. I mean, like, I collect TCG, but I don't collect them for how good they are. I literally collect them for the art, for the design, and how good they look. So that's a big thing for me, for sort of like deciding what Pokemon I like. I've actually got the Pokedex entry for all of our top 5s here. I'll go ahead and read out the Pokedex entry for Houndoom, which is powerful. It is, upon hearing its eerie howls, other Pokemon get the shivers and head straight back to their nests. You just know this thing is power. You just know this thing is power. This thing is something to be feared, and he is a classic dark type. He's absolutely amazing. He really is. I feel like he's underrated a little bit, but he is power. I have gone into his abilities as well. He has the ability Flash Fire, which is also an amazing ability. If he is hit, I'm pretty sure this is it. If he's hit by a fire type moves, it is immune. It does not affect him. And also it powers up his fire type moves by 50% if he is hit by a fire type move. That makes Houndoom so much power. I mean, he's already got a decent special attack as it is, but sort of with that ability, if he's hit by a fire-type move, it makes him even more power. I'm just going to go ahead and go into the moves that he gets as well, because he gets some really decent moves by level up for both of his typings. Obviously, he's a fire-dark type. He gets Crunch, Fire Fang, Flamethrower, and Nasty Plot, and I think that's actually quite a good moveset, to be fair, just based off the moves that he learns by level up. I mean, he's got strong special attack anyway, with that Flash Fire ability and Nasty Plot to increase that special attack. He's going to be absolute power with that Flamethrower, and Fire Fang and Crunch adding to that. So you can kind of like run him as a sort of like mixed special and physical attacker. And he also gets Fire Blast, Flame Charge, and Sludge Bomb by TM. So you can really mix up his moveset and make quite a diverse and sort of unpredictable moveset with Houndoom as well. I just think he's a powerful Pokemon. I love his design. I just love his Pokedex entry. I love that his sort of type is justified as well by his Pokedex entry. I absolutely love Houndoom, and he is going to be our number 5. Going into the next entry, number 4 is going to be Moltres. Now, I absolutely love Moltres. It's a first-gen Pokemon. I know these I feel like this top 5, particularly with Fire, is going to be sort of like lower gens, because it's sort of like Pokemon I'm sort of remembering from when I first started to play Pokemon. He's the Firebird, you know, Moltres. He is the sort of original Firebird. I know that we have Talonflame now, but I definitely prefer Moltres over Talonflame. And one of the main reasons that I really love Moltres, not only his design, but also his sort of like being included in the Pokemon 2000 movie. As you guys might know, Pokemon 2000 is actually my favorite Pokemon movie, and I just love the battle between the legendary birds and all this chaos that's going on. I just absolutely love Moltres' design. I love that movie, and that really makes me love Moltres. Every time I think of a top 5 Fire-type Pokemon, Moltres is always in there. He's always the first Pokemon that I think of. And another thing that I absolutely love about Moltres, when you're actually in the Pokemon games, when you find Moltres, he's just chilling at the top of a volcano. I think it's Mount Ember, I think. When you go to the sort of 1, 2, 3 island thing in Pokemon Fire Red, I think it's Mount Ember. He is at the top of a mountain. So, top of a volcano, I don't know if it's a mountain or a volcano, but you actually have to climb, you actually have to work to find Moltres, and when you sort of see him, he's sort of at the top of this mountain or volcano. He's just so sort of majestic, and it's really, really cool, because, you know, if you want to find Zapdos, you just go into the, you know, you just go into the power plant, or you just, or if you want to find Articuno, you just go into a cave, and like in the next room, he's there. But with Moltres, you really, really got to work to go and find him. He's at the top of this place, and he's just such a majestic Pokemon. I love him. He's just absolutely amazing. I'll go ahead and read his Pokedex entry as well. Pokedex entry for Moltres is absolutely powerful. Moltres is a legendary bird that can control fire. If injured, it is said to dip its body into the molten magma of a volcano to burn and heal itself. This thing embraces fire. This thing is fire, and I love that when I try and read a Pokedex description when I'm doing a Pokemon Let's Play, I screw it up, but when I've written it down in my scrawny handwriting, I can read it perfectly fine. I don't see how that works, but that is such a powerful Pokedex entry. He dips himself in lava to heal himself. That is absolutely amazing. He also has the ability Flame Body, which is a really, really cool competitive ability. Not only does it allow you to hatch eggs quicker, it also allows a 30% chance to burn on physical attacks, which is absolutely amazing. You can really, really get a lot out of burning. And you know, if you burn a Pokemon, if you burn a fire type, a fighting type, you know that you're going to win that battle, because physical attack is all they got. And if you burn them, that's going to half their physical attack. So that's absolutely amazing. With the moves, he gets Wing Attack at level 1. I mean, level 1 Moltres is already power. He also gets Ancient Power, Flamethrower, and Air Slash. I love the fact that he gets Ancient Power. It's a very, very a weird one, obviously, him being 4 times weak to Rock. He gets Ancient Power as a move, which is really, really cool for coverage. And for TMs, he also gets Skydrop, Giga Impact, and Incinerate. So really, really cool TMs that Moltres can learn. He is going to be our entry number 4 in our top 5 Pokemon, Fire-type Pokemon. We are going into number 3 now. I hope this is going well. We have the Pokemon Magmar. Now, I know that we have Magmar. I know we have Magmortar. I know that Magmortar is a thing. I don't really like Magmortar's, like, his design, to be fair. As I said, that I like the design of Pokemon. That's sort of how I mainly judge them. And I like how Magmortar kind of has these sort of cannons on his arms, but like overall, I just don't like his ability, his design. I just prefer Magmar even more. I just do, and I can't change that. I just can't change that. I try and like Magmortar. I try and like his ability. I try and like his design. But I just can't. I prefer Magmar, and one of the main reasons I love Magmar, again, it's going to be down to the Pokemon anime. Obviously, before it was Moltres with the movie. But the anime episode, everyone has got to remember the anime episode between Magmar and Charizard, Blaine versus Ash on the volcano, that gym battle, Magmar versus Charizard. I mean, earlier in the episode, you sort of like have Magmar and Charizard working together to sort of stop the volcano from erupting, to stop it from lava going everywhere. And I think that's really cool how the Pokemon are sort of like helping each other, like they're throwing the rocks onto the lava to make sure it doesn't go everywhere and everything like that. You see little Pikachu carrying like the tiny little rock, which is absolutely adorable. But I love that episode. Like, it's my favorite Pokemon anime episode, and when we actually get into the battle between Magmar and Charizard, that's one of the best battles I've ever seen in any anime episode. It's an absolute classic episode. It really, really is. And another thing that I really like is his, oh my goodness, what is going on with my screen? My screen is just screwing up. I knew that we'd have technical difficulties today. I knew this would happen. You guys won't be seeing this, but something that was popping up on my screen, obviously I'm going to have the layout up, but that was really, really annoying. Something popped up on my screen. But anyway, we're going to go back into this. Maybe I can cut that out. But anyway, its Pokedex description is: it dislikes cold places, so it blows scorching flames to make the environment suitable for itself. That is absolutely amazing. I love how Magmar is just like, you know, I don't like this place. I'm going to make it mine. I'm going to own it. I'm going to be the master of this place. So he's kind of majestic in the same way that Moltres is. This is my area. I can make any area mine. And I just think that's absolutely amazing. Him turning this like sort of winter wonderland into this flaming sort of burning hellhole that he owns. He's just absolutely amazing. I love his design. I love his anime episode. I love his Pokedex description. I also love his ability as well, Vital Spirit. I've never heard of this ability before in any Pokemon game. I've never actually heard of it. And it's the ability that prevents sleep, and it also increases the wild encounters against higher level Pokemon. Magmar doesn't want to battle Pokemon the same level as him. He doesn't want to battle Pokemon that are like lower level than him. He wants to grow. He wants to exceed. He wants to battle Pokemon that are stronger than him. He wants to prove himself. There's so much sort of confidence with Magmar as well. And that is a really, really cool Pokedex description. I definitely picked that out as my favorite, because obviously there's different Pokedex descriptions for different games, but I picked that one out as my favorite because that really describes Magmar. He's just such a confident, he's such a strong, powerful, majestic Pokemon. And with his moves, he gets Flame Burst, a Lava Plume, Flamethrower, and Fire Punch by level up. And I also noticed by level up, over 50%, over 60% actually, of his moves are Fire type. He is a true Fire type Pokemon. He really is. If you had any like sort of embodiment of a Fire type, it's Magmar. It's got to be Magmar, and that is why he is my number 3 and my top 5 Fire type Pokemon. Coming in at number 2 is a Pokemon that I feel like should be on everyone's top 5 Fire type Pokemon list. I don't know if that's me being too biased or anything like that, but it is going to be Charizard. Now the reason it's Charizard, I have these little pieces of paper here that I'm writing down all the information I want to sort of get out on Pokemon for this top 5. And Charizard is the only one where I've actually filled the entire page on information that I love about Charizard. One of the main sort of reasons, obviously his design is amazing. I mean, he's the original dragon. I know that he's not a dragon, but he is a dragon that breathes fire. He's an actual dragon, unlike like Sliggoo and Pokemon like that. Vibrava is another one that's like, why are you a dragon? I just don't understand it. You know, he has to be on the top 5 Fire type Pokemon. Obviously, he's in that anime episode with Magmar, and just his part in it as well. I love how in the anime he's sort of like this, you know, he's sort of like this chilled out Pokemon. He's always falling asleep and everything like that. He doesn't obey Ash. And he's just really, really funny. I love his personality in the anime. And obviously in that episode with Magmar, he pulls off the most powerful looking seismic toss. I think they do sort of like a fire spin into the seismic toss, which eventually, spoiler alert, takes out the Magmar, which is just one of the most amazing looking things ever. I absolutely love that gym battle. I love that episode, and I love that seismic toss that he always seems to pull off. As well, when it comes to other things like TCG, Charizard, the original Charizard card, is probably one of the most popular, one of the most rare Pokemon cards in history. And sort of the popularity of Charizard back then was absolutely incredible. I still feel like the popularity of Charizard is still a thing, but it's not as popular as it used to be. But also, Mega Charizard, the Mega Evolutions, obviously he's got Charizard Y, he's got Charizard X. Charizard X for me is probably one of the most amazing Pokemon designs in all the Pokemon universe. I absolutely love the ability, the design of Charizard X, and I love that he's a dragon type as well. I just love Charizard, I really, really do. His Pokedex entry is, he spits fire that is hot enough to melt boulders, known to cause forest fires unintentionally. That kind of means that he's kind of like a clumsy Pokemon, which we kind of get from the anime, but that first part about him melting the boulders, I remember an episode in the anime as well where he's up against Blastoise. He's up against Gary, actually, in the Pokemon League. We have Blastoise versus Charizard. You think Blastoise is going to be absolutely fine in that battle, but I love how Charizard, basically, he melts the field around Blastoise. And that's kind of like where that Pokedex entry comes from. I just love that. He's such a blazing hot Pokemon. He's amazing. And he's such an iconic Pokemon as well. When you think of first gen, you think of Charizard, you think of Fire Red, you're thinking of Charizard. He's got the ability Blaze, which boosts his fire type moves by 50% when he's below a third HP. So he's going to be even more powerful with that flamethrower. And his moves by level up as well. Despite the fact that he's not a dragon type, he does still get Dragon Claw and Dragon Rage, which I think is kind of nice. I mean, if they weren't going to make him a dragon type, at least give him a few dragon type moves. He also gets Wing Attack as well to help him with his stab. And with TMs, obviously he's very useful in the Pokemon games because we don't have to go ahead and catch another Pokemon to teach Fly. He can learn Fly, he can also learn Hyper Beam, and he can also learn Earthquake, which I actually didn't know. I didn't know Charizard could learn Earthquake, so I think that's absolutely amazing. He can learn amazing moves. He's got a great design. He's got a great TCG card, and the TCG cards, even up to today, the designs are just absolutely out of this world. He's in the best anime episode, in my opinion. His Pokedex entry is dope as hell, and he has this great personality in the anime as well. I just love Charizard as a design, as a Pokemon. I think he's amazing. He should be. I had a hard time with this sort of like 1 and 2 business, but he did come in short at number 2. Finally, we have the top Pokemon on our list. We have number 1, which is going to be, I'm sure you guys can sort of guess this from my former favorite Pokemon of all time. We have Arcanine. I just love Arcanine. This design is amazing. I mean, he's like a giant lion slash dog that's even more bulky, that breathes fire. He's just amazing. He's just amazing. And as you guys might know, the name of this channel, Extreme Speed GP, was actually inspired by Arcanine because he's such a fast Pokemon and he learns the move Extreme Speed, and Arcanine is the Pokemon that I associate with the move Extreme Speed. Another thing I love about Arcanine is he was originally supposed to be one of the legendary Pokemon in first gen. It was actually supposed to be Articuno, Zapdos, and Arcanine. That's why he's known as the legendary Pokemon, but they changed that to make a legendary trio of birds in the first gen. His Pokedex entry is, this fleet-footed Pokemon is said to run over 6,200 miles in a single day and night. The fire that blazes wildly within its body is its source of power. 6,200 miles in one day and night. To give you an idea of how far that is, the distance from the middle of the USA to the middle of the UK is 4,242 miles. He goes beyond that. He goes 2,000 miles beyond that. He's such a fast Pokemon. He's such a cool Pokemon. He's such a great design. He's got such a majestic design as well. He's the legendary Pokemon, known as the legendary Pokemon. He's got the ability Intimidate, which is going to lower the attack of a Pokemon. It's also going to decrease the wild encounter rate. He's just such an amazing Pokemon. I just love his design. Every time I just saw, I think this is like me thinking as a kid, to be fair. I mean, this giant lion that breathes fire, it's just gets you. You just want Arcanine on your team, and I love every time I get the chance to use an Arcanine on the team because he's so strong. He has really, really cool stats as well. He's got he can sort of run him mixed as well. He can run him with Flamethrower. He can run him with Flare Blitz as well. As his attacks, sort of by level up, he doesn't get the best attacks by level up because I think he learns most of his good moves by from being a Growlithe. But he does get Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, and Extreme Speed. Obviously, nice coverage there. And as he's a physical attacker, that Extreme Speed does a lot of damage. It really, really does a lot of damage. And he also gets by TM, obviously, Overheat, moves like Aerial Ace and Flame Charge. He's just amazing. I love Arcanine. I love his stats. I love his design. He was my former favorite Pokemon before he went. Before that went to Kingler. I feel like a lot of people like Arcanine as well. I feel like he's a really big fan favorite. And every time he's on a team, he always seems to put in the finest of work. I think he's absolutely incredible. And he is going to be my top favorite. My number 1 in my top 5 favorite Pokemon. This is the first time I'm doing this, guys. Give me a chance, okay? I hope you guys have indeed enjoyed this top 5, and if you have, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button down below, because I'd love to see if you guys want more top 5s coming to the channel. If this episode doesn't get much support, then we won't have any more, but let me know if you guys want more top 5s. Also, in the comment section below, I'd love you guys to vote on what type you think should be in the next top 5 video here on the channel. It can be absolutely anything. We have tons of types to choose from, and I hope you guys have indeed enjoyed. As I said at the start, all of these top 5s, all of the information that I've given you is 100% opinionated. Some of it obviously based off facts, but it's all opinionated. I'm not saying these Pokemon are the best Pokemon. I'm saying these are my top 5 favorite Pokemon. Let me know also in the comment section below, who is your top 5 fire type Pokemon. I'd love to see you guys entries, because I feel like people of different ages, people who've sort of like embraced Pokemon at different points on the Pokemon timeline will definitely have different opinions and different memories and different top 5. So I'd love to see you guys top 5 fire type Pokemon in the comment section below. Again, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. If we can get this episode up to, I'd say if we can get up to 12 likes, I'm definitely sort of like going in big here. If this gets up to 12 likes, we'll have another top 5 coming for you guys next week. We're also going to be having Sapphire as well today. I don't know if I'm going to upload Sapphire before or after, but we're going to be having 2 videos in one day, which is definitely a first for me. So I hope you guys are hyped for that, and I hope you guys are hyped for more top 5. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You guys are the most amazing Extreme Team I could ever ask for. I'll see you guys in Sapphire, and I'll see you guys for another top 5 if this video gets 12 likes. See you later, guys, and peace out.